To keep ICE agents in check, and they are volunteers. All right. What does keeping ICE agents in check entail then?
We've recorded numerous arrests and we've documented ICE practices that nobody could believe.
Wow. That no one could believe. Really? Well, like what? I mean, it sounds serious. I imagine excessive use of force, maybe? Or some other kind of unlawful practice? They stand outside a courthouse once a week where ICE agents are targeting undocumented immigrants. Wow! Do you mean to tell me that Immigration and Customs Enforcement is enforcing immigration laws? Shocking.
They purposefully disguise themselves. They are undercover. They try to look like, anybody else coming to the courthouse.
Working undercover. So, is that one of the ICE practices that no one could believe? Because undercover work is pretty standard in most law enforcement agencies. It's a legal and legitimate tactic. So, what's the problem again?
Courthouses should be sensitive locations, and there should not be ICE activity in courthouses.
I must have missed the part where courthouses are law-free zones that act as sanctuaries for criminals, indemnifying them from police action for so long as they stand upon that hallowed ground. Oh, wait. You said there should not be ICE activity in courthouses, not that there cannot be ICE activity in courthouses. Should indicates a matter of opinion and not a matter of law, doesn't it? Also, in courthouses, because all of the example video clips provided in the original video are from outside the courthouse. Wait a second. Let's jump back a little bit. A judge asked ICE to stop making courthouse arrests. Asked. Not ordered. Asked. Is that because the judge had no authority to tell ICE how to conduct its business? And ICE says it's an efficient, last resort tactic. Well, okay. Are we going to hear anything that would refute that claim? Or perhaps be provided proof that ICE is acting unlawfully?
You typically will have 6 ICE agents, all undercover.
6 officers undercover. That's not illegal.
All without badges.
Well, I would hazard to guess that they do have badges, just not visible on their person. That's that whole undercover thing.
None of them showing warrants, nobody reading rights, swarming these people, quickly bundling them up, and driving off in an unmarked car.
No warrants. Well now, that is an interesting complaint, because ICE is not necessarily required to have a warrant to make an arrest of an illegal or suspected illegal immigrant. The Immigration and Nationality Act, Section 287(a)(2) reads, in part, any officer or employee of the service authorized under regulations prescribed by the Attorney General shall have power without warrant to arrest any alien in the United States if he has reason to believe that the alien so arrested is in the United States in violation of any law or regulation and is likely to escape before a warrant can be obtained for his arrest. And so, I imagine that if you found someone who was in the country illegally, moving about so freely as to come to a public location, like outside a courthouse, you might reasonably assume the person could make an escape before an arrest warrant is obtained. Now, is staking out a courthouse like this a sneaky move on ICE's part? Well, maybe. But the exterior of a courthouse is just about as sacred a place as the exterior of a library, and is just as public. ICE is not doing anything wrong by questioning or arresting people for immigration violations in a public space. Legal observers trained by the ACLU. They're not trained in law school, or perhaps required to have a degree in criminal justice? Got it. 10 incidents since April. Well, the original video was posted at the end of October of this year, though I have no idea when the video was actually produced. But, okay, April to October, so about 6 months. 10 incidents in 6 months. At this one courthouse? Well, okay, I will stipulate to that estimate. But then I do have to ask, so what?
Do you have a warrant?
They don't need a warrant. The ICE agents had a photo of their person of interest. The man in question resembled the suspect. The man was questioned, and after determining that he was not who they were looking for, no further action was taken. He wasn't arrested, mishandled, or otherwise treated poorly. And so again I ask, so what?
This is the place where justice happens in our country, and you cannot have rule of law if you have people who are frightened to come to courthouses.
The only people frightened to come to courthouses, most of the time, are criminals. If your standard is that someone's fear of having to face the consequences of their actions negates the rule of law, well, I would really like you to take a moment and imagine the kind of world we would be living in if none of us operated under the fear of violating the law. I am pretty sure that that is not a world the ACLU is asking for. So, I have to ask, why are you? As always, thank you for watching.